What's going on, guys? I'm BloodyAbsol, call me Brock, and welcome back to another playthrough challenge video. Today, we'll be seeing if I can beat Pokemon Omega Ruby with a full team of Fairy-type Pokemon. Using Fairy-types in Omega Ruby means we'll only be using older Pokemon, but the Fairy-type being added later on. And honestly, most of them suck. The Fairy-type is known for being busted compared to the rest of the types, but that doesn't mean anything in the Pokemon isn't very good. Before moving on to the rules, I'm going to mention that I won't be using any hidden Pokemon after defeating Groudon, mainly because I don't want to bother fighting them. And I won't be using Megas. No reason, I just don't want to. The rules for this challenge are the same as always. Only Fairy types in battle, no healing in battle, no revives in the Elite Four, only one species of each Pokemon, and no glitches. With that said, let's get started. We start in the back of a movie van. I've actually done this and I don't recommend it, and we name our character Dave. No, I won't be explaining. Birch gets attacked by a dog and asks for our help. Have you tried, just kicking it? Anyway, I swapped Torchic for Ralts, so we start the battle against Poochyena. I know you can't see my bottom screen, but we only have Confusion to attack with, so this didn't go well. We get on our way and go fight Mayan or Mudkip. We actually get Confusion with Confusion, which I feel like never happens, and we win really easily. Man, I'd be really mad if something like that happened to me. Foreshadowing. After that, I start battling trainers for experience until we run into this little youngster. Youngster Alan. You, Alan, he has a Poochyena. Anyway, after avoiding Alan like the plague, we help Wally go catch his first Pokemon. No. That's my shtick, buddy. While we're in the forest, we help this guy not get mugged. Yeah, hide behind the 10-year-old, you coward. The Mammoth Girl has a Poochyena, but by this point we have Disarming Voice, so we scream at the dog till it kills over. Moving on to Rustboro, and we enter the gym. Roxanne's Geodude can take enough confusions to knock out Astral or Rock Tombs, so after that mess, I grind up to level 17, since that's when Ralts can learn Magical Leaf. Second round in the gym, and Magical Leaf takes Geodude down to Sturdy and hits Astral or Rock Tomb. Geodude goes down, and out comes Nose Pass. As of right now, I thought Magical Leaf could take it out pretty easily. I was wrong. It can take Astral to Red with Rock Tomb, and it has the audacity to mock me by using Tackles and almost getting down to Red. Can you tell how annoyed I am while writing the script? 2 levels later, Magical Leaf can do enough damage to knock out Nose Pass in 2 shots. After chasing this guy down a long dark corridor, we can save the almighty Pico by once again screaming at a dog. Now we have to become the CEO's errand boy by delivering a letter to his son. Email him, Jack. There's a laptop right there. Bridie's kind enough to take us to Dewford, and while we're there we fight Brawly. We have a Psychic Fairy type, so his Machop and Makuhita were babies, while my Ralts was the meat grinder. What the hell is that analogy? Why did I put that in the script? Weird past choices aside, Astral evolves into Curlia after the battle. Afterwards, we can find Steven lurking in a cave, and he tells us about these weird pictures. Huh. I think I saw this in a Geico commercial once. When nothing left to do on Dewford, Brian takes us over to Slateport, and we start looking for this guy who is just chilling in a museum overran by criminals. How did you miss these guys when you came in here? We beat the grunts half to death, and Maxie shows up to do absolutely nothing. Seriously, he does nothing here. Why did he even show up? Anyway, we move past Slateport onto our next May fight. She leads with Shroomish, who can take a Draining Kiss and puts Astral to sleep with Effect Spore. Shroomish only gets off a weak Mega Drain before Astral wakes up and lands Confusion. Shroomish then gets small damage with Headbutt before fainting. Her next Pokemon is... Wait, where the hell did you get a Magcargo? It doesn't matter since it gets taken out by 2 Confusions. Her Marshall is last, and it barely leaves a Magical Leaf to get off small damage before fainting. After that, we head to Mauville City and grab this bike. With that, we can grab 2 more team members. If we head to the route on our left, we can catch a Marrow with a color-coordinating Great Ball, and then back to Granite Cave to catch a Mawile in the basement. Now it feels like a good time to mention that these 2 can have huge power and Intimidate as their normal abilities. But that would make things too easy, so I grabbed ones with Thick Fat and Hypercutter instead. Was this a mistake? Maybe. But let's not worry about that right now. We grind those 2 up and evolve Marrow into a Zoomeroo at level 20. A few more levels later, and we go fight this fat old man in a jumpsuit. Things start with the Ona vs Magnemite, and Ona lands a bite, and Magnemite paralyzes with Thunder Wave. Magnemite then swaps with Volt Switch and sends in Voltorb to get completely chomped like a Jawbreaker. When Voltorb was out, it only used Charge, healed, and then died, so Magnemite comes back in and immediately Volt Switches out again. You little coward. Magneton takes its place and gets hit with a bite before taking out Ona with Magnet Bomb. I switch to Astral and start standing up with Calm Mind. There's absolutely no way this is going to become a completely abused strategy later down the road. No siree. While standing up, Magneton gets off a Magnet Bomb. Magneton can then take a Confusion and hits Astral with Supersonic. Astral then breaks to the next turn and knocks out Magneton, and Magnemite comes back in. Now you can't run away, you little Magnemite knocks out Astral with Parafusion Hacks. Not mad whatsoever by that, by the way, and I send in Bubsy Zoomeril, who can one-shot Magnemite with Bubble Beam. Kind of funny, the only Pokemon left standing in the Electric Gym is the Water type. The next stretch of this game is just a bunch of travel, but we had to go through this superheated cave and a volcanic ash-covered route. In other words, Hoenn predicted climate change confirmed! Anyway, after getting to Falabra Town, May drags us into some random lady's house, and we have to go unkidnap her husband. We head to Meteor Falls and battle Tabitha. He's a pushover though, and after unkidnapping the husband, we had to take a detour down to Petalburg and Dewford to grab Heart Scales, since Mama's moveset at this point without Heart Scales is horrendous. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations. When we fight Maxie, Mightyena misses Swagger while Ona can get off a Fairy Wind and crit. It lands the next Swagger, and Ona hits herself in confusion. Ona can get off a Vice Grip the next turn before getting roared out. Astro gets fortunate and it can knock out Mightyena with a Draining Kiss. I swap in Bubs for Camerupt, and it gets one shot with an Aqua Tail. Last is Astro versus Golbat, and Golbat gets taken out by confusion. Nice, bro, that was slick. After that fight, we head back to Falabra Town to fix Mama's moveset, and head to Lava Ridge Town. Wait. What's grabbing my leg? In the Flannery fight, I lead with Bubs and start using the Defense Garage strat. Macargo sets up a Sunny Day and tries to do damage with Overheat. Emphasis on try. Well, it's stopped by this point, and Bubs can knock it out with Play Rough. Up comes Numel, who gets one shot by an Aqua Tail, and Torkoal takes damage from it as well. Torkoal then tries Sunny Day and Overheat, which didn't go well for them, and I started Rollout one more time. Well, I tried. Bubs missed twice in a row, hit the third, but then missed again immediately after. So for the next few turns, Torkoal's struggling with Body Slam and Overheat, we're just mashing into the floor with our Water Egg that's rolling around like the goddamn Autobots. Now we have that badge, there's literally nothing else to do except go directly to the next gym. While fighting the trainers, Astro evolves into Gardevoir, and we fight Norman. Psychic does a lot of slacking, but it uses Yawn. Another Psychic takes it down, but Astro falls asleep. I switch to Ono to fight his Vigoroth, but he uses Retaliate for big damage. Ono can then get a crit Iron Head while Vigoroth uses Encore. One more Iron Head takes down Vigoroth, and now comes his second Slacking. I send out Astro, who's still asleep, and for whatever reason, Slacking swaggers, then retaliates before Astro wakes up and smacks it with Psychic. Slacking can eventually take out Astro, but then I send in Bubs to take it down with Play Rough. Our dad then gives us the badge, and he gives us some word of encouragement. Oh yeah, by the way, Mom wants a divorce. After that gym fight, we can get Surf and get our last team member. By surfing to the secret area outside Meteor Falls, we can run around until we find a Jigglypuff. Once we do that, we head to Eastern Montville, and we start the event where we get Latios by the end. Too bad we can't use it, though. But I just can't help but feel like it's trying to tell everybody something. Guess we'll never know. Anyway, on to the Weather Institute, where Tabitha's camera gets one shot by Surf, and we get a free cast from who I also can't use, but once again just feel like it's just trying to convey some sort of message. Regardless, May shows up out of nowhere, and we start a battle with Azumarill versus her Shroomish. We take Shroomish to ride with Play Rough, but it gets hit with Poison Powder. With Shroomish's health being so low, I start up Rollout. It takes out Shroomish, and 2 hits take out Macargo. Marshall takes a hit and takes Bubs to red with Rock Slide, and it gets knocked out by Poison. After that, I bring out Astro, who can take it out with Magical Leaf. I can't think of a good segue to the next gym, so I'm copying out and breaking the fourth wall right now. Hi. Anyway, after smacking our noses against headboards for 30 minutes, we can fight the Bird Lady. Her Swallow starts with Double Team, and I try to get Puffball to disable it, but it misses immediately. Swallow then Double Teams a second time, while Puffball uses Echoed Voice. Oh my god, you have the stats of a squeaky toy. Swallow then hits an Aerial Ace, which is more than half of Puffball's health, but its second Echoed Voice does much more damage. I swap in Ona, who can take an Aerial Ace in Puffball's place. Swallow then hits an Endeavor, while Ona misses Iron Head. Swallow goes down the next turn with a Sucker Punch. Out comes Altaria, who sets up a Calling Guard, while Ona misses Play Rough. The next turn, and Ona goes down to an Earthquake. I send out Astro since it's the only Pokemon I have that relies on special moves that isn't a squeaky toy. Astro can knock out Altaria after landing Psychic and Draining Kiss. Against her Skarmory, I use Puffball since I taught it Incinerate. Also, can you imagine Jigglypuff using Incinerate? It'd be like a balloon filled with methane gas was flying around the room with the gas being lit. It's just a funny thought. Anyway, that didn't go well since Skarmory outspeeds and lands a Steel Wing. Like I said, squeaky toy. Bubs comes out next and it can set up a Rain Dance. After some healing annoyance, Skarmory goes down to a Surf. Bird Lady's last Pokemon is a Pelipper, and it goes down after some annoying roosts. After beating the gym, we make our way down the ooh, pretty! Anyway, we go fight May in Lily Cove. Roswella easily takes out Puffball, Shocker, and I send in Astro, who knocks it out with Psychic. Swampert can take a Magic Leaf and hits Astro with Muddy Water. One Magic Leaf knocks it out, and Macargo gets swapped in. Bubs can one-shot with Surf and take out Breloom with 2 Play Roughs. After that, we start climbing Mount Pyre and watch Maxie steal some marbles. After that, we take a quick trip to Slateport and start the raid on the Magma Hideout. Nothing really interesting happens, so now it's time for the part of Hoenn where everything is water. Once again, there isn't much to do. Wow, Hoenn has a lot fewer big opportunities after Norman. So we go fight Tay and Liza. I leave with Bubs and Puffball, and they start with Lunatone and Solrock as usual. Puffball can use Protect while Lunatone sets up Light Screen and Solrock charges Solar Beam. During this, Bubs can attack with Surf. Bubs then takes the Solar Beam while Lunatone starts setting up with Calm Mind. Bubs and Puffball then use Rain Dance and Shadow Ball respectively. That whole cycle happens for a few rounds while Solrock and Lunatone heal a few times. But Lunatone can eventually take out Bubs with Psychic. I swap in Ono on the next turn, but Solrock can hit it with a Crit Rock Slide, and Lunatone knocks out Puffball with Psychic. Ono can fire back with an Iron Head and take down Lunatone in return. Astro comes out last and can finish Solrock with a Shadow Ball, and we can get our 7th badge. After the gym, we see this. I tried to come up with some kind of bit for this, but really, I got nothing. Anyway, after surfing south, we can find the secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Secret Oh, hi, Maxie! When we find his team, he leads with Mightyena, and it goes down to a couple Draining Kisses. Maxie sends out Weezing next, and it immediately blows up. Well, that was excessive. Next is Crowbat, who can knock out Astro with Poison Fang, and I send in Ona, who can knock it out pretty quickly with Sucker Punch. Maxie's last Pokemon is his Mega Camerupt, and I try Puffball, which, admittedly, is a bad idea, and I switch in Bubs on a Yawn. It doesn't matter since Bubs can knock it out with a Surf. Not that that battle really mattered anyway, since Maxie still awakens Groudon. It's a really cool cutscene to be honest, but now the whole world's frying like an unfrozen turkey in a deep fryer. If you don't get the joke, just look up unfrozen turkey deep fryer. Just don't try it at home. After a quick ride over to Sootopolis, we enter the Cave of Origin. Side note, whose idea was it to have the 10-year-old run in the back of Godzilla as it walks through the gates of hell? Anyway, Godzilla goes Super Saiyan and I immediately catch it with the Master Ball for the sake of simplicity. After that, I guess the city of Sootopolis fires a beam into the supercharged sun or something? Yeah, I don't get it either. Now back to my gym badges. While we're in the Sootopolis gym, Puffball gets to level 44 and learns Hyper Voice, which is the main reason why I haven't evolved it yet. Now our balloon can scream so loud it'll put all the Screamo singers to shame! Now we have our final team in place, we can challenge Wallace. He starts off with Love Disc Sweet Kiss, and Puffball hits itself in confusion. The next turn, Love Disc hits Water Pulse, but goes down to a Thunderbolt. Wallace sends in Milotic next, who lands a Hydro Pump while Puffball hits it with a Thunderbolt. Milotic then misses Hydro Pump when Puffball hits itself again. Milotic then misses 2 more Hydro Pumps while Puffball snaps out Confusion and brings it to red. Puffball can then 1 more Thunderbolt before getting taken out. After setting out Astro, Milotic expands recover, so I start setting up with Calm Minds. After that back and forth, Astro can knock out Milotic, Whiscash, Sileo, and Seaking with Psychic. And like that, we have our final gym badge. Huh. Nice pose, Wallace. Without haste and with no more bad ideas, I start heading through Victory Road and meet up with Wally. Ah! Dave! The battle with him gets underway with Puffball knocking out Altaria pretty quickly, then sends out his Magneton who hits Puffball with Tri Attack, but Puffball can hit back with Flamethrower. Magneton would have knocked out Puffball if its Tri Attack didn't miss the next turn, so it goes down to another Flamethrower. Next is his Roselia who barely lives a Flamethrower and knocks out Puffball with Petal Blizzard. Astro can come out and take it down with a Shadow Ball. After that, his Delcatty can do almost 0 damage while Ona takes it down with Iron Head. Wally's last Pokemon is his Mega Gallade, who can't do much damage with his attacks, and gets knocked down by Astro's Shadow Ball. Now it's actually time to fight the Pokemon League. The first battle is the Dark-type trainer Sydney. His first Pokemon is Mightyena, who gets dispatched by Dazzling Gleam immediately, and Sharpedo goes down the same way. I switch in Puffball for Shiftry, and it lands a Fake Out first thing. Shiftry and Puffball then trade Leaf Blade and Flamethrower. Shiftry then misses its next Leaf Blade and gets taken out by Dazzling Gleam. Absol, my boy, is next, and Astro can knock it out with a Dazzling Gleam. Sidney's last Pokemon is his Cacturne, and Ona takes it out with Play Rough. Phoebe's next, and she can be known with her PP stalling strategy. Wait, who the f are you? I lead with Ona and Crunch and do just under half to Dusclops. Dusclops then uses Curse and heals the next turn. Ona then gets higher rolls for its next 2 crunches, and Dusclops faints. I swap in Astro to fight Dusknoir. A Shadow Ball is just under half while it hits her with Hex. I guess the first Shadow Ball was a low roll since the next one took it out. She uses Bayonet next, but it only gets off Spite before fainting. Her second Bayonet gets hit hard by Psychic, but uses Toxic. It gets poisoned right back thanks to Astro Synchronize, and it goes down to a Psychic. Her final Pokemon is Sableye, and I fight it with Puffball. It gets off a Fake Out, but gets one-shot by a Dazzling Gleam. Number 3 is Glacia, and I lead with Bubs. Her Glacia starts off with Hail, and it barely takes any damage from Surf. I try Superpower while it sets up a Light Screen, and it barely lives. Glalie then gets healed, and I try to replace Hail with Rain Dance, but next turn Glalie uses Hail, and Surf does even less. I switch to Ona, who's able to take it down with Iron Head and Play Rough, but not before taking a lot of damage. Her Walrein is next, and I switch in Puffball, who gets hit hard by Blizzard, though it can get a Thunderbolt and a Paralysis off on Walrein. Another Thunderbolt takes it down to like 1 HP, while it misses Blizzard. Orion then heals with Forest Roar and takes out Puffball. After that, Astro can almost take it out with Psychic, and that damn fat seal gets a crit Blizzard. Damn, this thing's annoying. One more Psychic takes it down, but Frostless comes out, and not gonna lie, this was Frostless has the Snow Cloak ability, which raises its evasion to Hail. Guess what happened when it used Hail? Anyway, it knocked out Astro with Shadow Ball, but eventually goes to a Surfer Bubs after getting 2 crit blizzards. She sends another Frost Slash, which barely leaves a crunch from Ona, and it confuses next turn. Guess what happened? Ona gets knocked out by Ominous Wind, and Bubs can finish Frost Slash. Her last Pokemon is another Glalie, and Bubs, who's on 15 HP by this point, gets taken out. Things were thrown, and maybe broken after this battle, and the crummy day I was having didn't help with matters either. After that, I just said screw integrity, and just started setting up combines against Glalie when I got back to Glacia. I murdered each and every one of her Pokemon without mercy, and frankly, I enjoyed it. Like I said, crummy day. And if you think I didn't do the exact same thing against Drake, then you're dead wrong. Kinda like his Pokemon. But that's besides the point. Now it's time to fight Steven. And I promise I won't try to solo his whole team with Calm Mind. Maybe. Anyway, I just have to bring up the fact that the run through this giant corridor and the giant gates is cinematic as hell. Just like I should mention that, after passing through those gates, our battle with the champion starts. It's Skarmory versus Puffball first, and Skarmory sets up spikes while getting hit by a crit flamethrower and living with certainty. It then heals and gets hit by another flamethrower. Skarmory then misses Steel Wing and gets taken out. It says Aggron versus Bubs. I consider using Superpower, but opt for Surf instead, while Aggron misses Iron Tail. Aggron can then land a Stone Edge, but gets taken out by another Surf. Credilli comes after that, and this is where I get pissed. Credilli takes an Iron Head from Ona and lands a Confuse Ray. Ona hits itself with Confusion twice and gets knocked out. I send in Puffball to do damage with Flamethrower, and it does squat, which I don't get since it's neutral and boosted by Charcoal. Puffball also gets confused and hits itself twice in Confusion, while getting knocked out by Sludge Bomb. After that, I bring in Astral and try to set up with Calm Mind, since I'm running out of options. And Credilli once again uses Confuse Ray, and Astral hits itself the next turn. And get poisoned by Sludge Bomb. Now for those keeping track at home, that's 5 consecutive Confusion hits, and 1 poison. Now if I did my math right, that's a 0.001% chance of happening. Let that sink in. Astral can eventually take out Credilli, and I switch to Bubs against Armaldo, where Armaldo can outspeed and take down Bubs with 1 shot. Astral can get off a Psychic, but also goes down. So it's safe to say, I was pissed. I tried one more time, and remember when I said I wasn't gonna sweep with Calm Mind? Well, that's still gonna be half true. The second round is still Puffball versus Skarmory, but after taking a Flamethrower, Skarmory can outspeed and take out Puffball with Steel Wing. I bring in Astral who can knock it out with Psychic. I swap once more to Bubs when Aggron comes out, and it doesn't miss Iron Tail this time. It drops Bubs below half, but Surf does the same to it. Aggron's able to take out Bubs with Stone Edge, but then gets knocked out by Astral Psychic. I then bring out Ona against Credilli, and Iron Head and Confuse Ray were once again traded. Ona then hits itself and takes a Giga Drain before knocking out Credilli with Iron Head. Steven's 4th Pokemon is Claydol, and I know for a fact it can't do anything to Astral, so I set up several Calm Minds. Like I said, half true. I'm only sweeping half his team with this. Claydol goes down to a Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam, and out comes Armaldo, who gets 1 shot by Psychic. Steven's final Pokemon is Mega Metagross, who also got 1 shot. With that, we can enter the Hall of Fame, make us the champion of Hoenn, with only Fairy-type Pokemon. Not gonna lie, the ending of this one infuriated me beyond belief, thanks to all that RNG that happened with Glacia and Steven. Seriously, 5 Confusion hits was absolutely disgusting. Anyway, without Megas, the only Pokemon that was better than subpar was Gardevoir. Wigglytuff, Mawile, and Azumarill all don't hit very hard on their own, and they're slower than most other Pokemon. I doubt that making the choice to give Mawile and Azumarill their worst abilities was the best thing to do either, but it makes the challenge that much more tedious for myself. Anyway, I guess the big question is, can you beat Pokemon Omega Ruby with a team of only Fairy-type Pokemon? And the answer is, yes. Yes, you can. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below a challenge you'd like to see me attempt in the future. On that note, guys, I'm BloodyAbsol, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.